So good morning. Thank you for those tuning in. It's Tuesday, 9:30. We're just about to commence the lead generation masterclass. Bear with me, just getting a few things ready here on my side. So good morning and welcome. Hello there to everyone who's tuning in on live on LinkedIn, and also to those of you tuning in on the YouTube channel. Build up over 150 now subscribers there, so welcome to everyone. On this week's part of the lead generation masterclass, we've been doing a bit of work around leadership, core fundamentals within business. Today we're moving on to teams. So building teams that thrive is the subject, the collaboration formula. So yeah, welcome. And in today's masterclass, our focus is very much about that. We're going to be diving into this topic with you. Building an effective, high-performance team is at the heart of every successful business, whether you're working on your kind of own consultancy or helping others, other clients maybe build stronger teams. So today we're going to explore the essential strategies that create collaborative environments. So I'm Alex Smith. I'm the founder of Leadeth, and over the last probably over the last 10 years or so, I've actually had the privilege of helping B2B coaches and consultants achieve real sustainable and scalable growth by combining ethical sales techniques with cutting edge marketing strategies. So as a leader in digital marketing and lead generation, my journey has really taught me some valuable lessons about building teams, not just in business, but in creating high performance teams, driving vision and inspiring others to succeed. My backstory in terms of Leadeth. So I had a bit of a stint. It was a self-employed opportunity with a national membership organization, and I was a recruiter, so getting new members to join that organization. COVID hit, so I was unable to go door to door knocking on the small businesses and cold calling. People just weren't answering the phone. So I thought there's got to be a solution out here that would land me meetings in my diary digitally via Zoom and stuff. So I explored software tools that were able to automate the process of connecting with your target market. And these days, in the last 2 years, we've been leveraging AI a little bit more in that process. So I'll give you a bit of an insight in terms of how Leadeth works today, and then we'll move on to the team dynamics. So let me briefly introduce you to Leadeth's roadmap. So this is the Leadeth roadmap. It's our mission to really provide you with the tools and knowledge necessary to elevate your business. And over the next few weeks, as we continue this masterclass series into November, we're actually going to cover a variety of different topics, ranging from LinkedIn lead generation to advanced marketing techniques. Each week has been designed really to help you navigate the complexities of B2B sales and also B2B marketing. So on our roadmap, these 6 steps are kind of like pillars. If you're looking to generate business and increase your sales and certainly have a little bit more time in your diary, then if you follow these 6 pillars, it generates some really good results. And this is proven. I've worked with over 150 clients to really perfect this over the last 4 or 5 years now. So stage 1, we have access to a platform, and that platform has got an extensive database of over 350 million verified work email addresses, and more than over 750 million enriched B2B prospect profiles, very much the LinkedIn database. And this audience really enables us to connect super hyper targeted to the right high value prospects really effectively. Stage 2 is all about, once we've identified the key contacts that we need to be engaging with, we actually go and customize your LinkedIn profile. And we do that in a way that it speaks with clarity to your target market. And that includes a professional header graphic, crafting a really compelling headline copy that will ensure your profile stands out, making sure it's super clear what that next step is for people looking at your profile. Stage 3, we utilize advanced multi-channel sequencing software. We're actually a white label provider of 3 top tools that can automate the process of connecting with people and building up your relationships. And we find the right tool that will work for you depending on what your needs and requirements are. So our bespoke campaigns are enhanced by AI, including the creation of real personalized videos. We can also do introductions to really boost your connections and response rate significantly. And when we start to feed AI with a lot of data from campaigns that we're doing and from campaigns of all our clients, it really gives us a competitive advantage, knowing what's really going to be making a difference and generating real results for you. Stage 4 is, once you've made that initial outreach on LinkedIn, it's great for the conversation to then go to email. So very much it's about cold email marketing, but it's not cold email, it's warm email, because these people often have been hanging around your network for some time. They've been following you, they've been connected. So it's a great way to kind of leverage that existing network. So email marketing is a lovely bolt on to what we're doing. Stage 5, content reigns supreme. So we actually collaborate with you to create 13 distinctive 1 to 2 minute videos, and our team handles all the editing, the filming, strategic positioning in terms of your profile, making sure it's visible, and we post that content out on a 13-week rolling cycle. And then finally, you've got the leads, people are responding and resonating, we need to set appointments. So our integrated lead gen machine is actually going to be a CRM. If you've not yet got a CRM, we can also advise on some really good tools that work really effectively. So what we're looking at is a culmination of our process, getting these scheduling these high quality leads directly into your calendar, making sure people are getting the reminders, SMSs, to really want to minimize the no-shows and maintain their engagement throughout that whole customer journey, customer cycle. So that's the 6 pillars of creating an effective LinkedIn strategy. Now we explore each of those different pillars one by one in our masterclass series. So if you're interested in any of that, head over to our school community. So what is Leadeth School? Well, it's a place where you can network with business leaders and you can start to automate some of your LinkedIn. You can dive into some of the demos of our software that can do all that for you and unlock the power of it, really. So I'd love to invite you to join our school group. There's a free 7-day access to that resource. And then you can choose to opt in and pay to be a part of that community. If you're a paid client already, you get full access to the school community, and we unlock all the courses for you when you sign up to a Leadeth subscription. But by joining, you'll gain access to all the previous recordings of our previous masterclasses. You get to learn advanced techniques, and you also get to enhance your LinkedIn engagement as we connect with other professionals who will also share your same interests and often the same challenges that you're going through. So joining is really simple. Just head over to leadeth.io. That's leadeth.io/school. That will take you right here to our school community, where you can click the sign up, join now button, and it should be free for 7 days. So within the community, we've got what we call our discussions, or that's our community. So all the threads from all our members. We've got 288 members currently in the community. We've got a classroom, and within the classroom you can see there's an introduction, welcome, the repository archive of all our lead gen masterclasses. Every quarter we run a 4-day challenge, which is just to really jumpstart you on your LinkedIn journey. We've only drop-in sessions which are available to you as well. And then we go through all the different stages that I've just explained on the roadmap, with videos and links to really helpful software to help you achieve really quick results. We've also got some extra additional courses there for those that are interested in the big why question, why we do what we do. So I'm a Christian, and I firmly believe that that it underpins those values in all that I do. So that's a big important part for me. So I'd love you to explore that as well if you're open to it. So there's some video courses there that will allow you to do that. Within the calendar, you can see all the sessions that are happening for the next month ahead. So we've got obviously this session comes up as a live session where you can tune into our live meeting. We've also got the client drop-in sessions. First session of the month, we tend to do an optimization drop-in where we just run through everybody's campaigns and stats, making sure they're getting really good ROI. We've also got some link updates, which is where we introduce some new tools, new features, and often there's other things in the diary there which you can have a look at. So as I say, 288 members currently in that, and there's a bit of a leaderboard, so we've kind of have a bit of a gamification going on here. So it'd be great for you to be a part of that and join in the discussion there. So to head into that again, it's go to the Learn tab and choose Leadeth School on our website. That will take you to it as well. The masterclasses page, so we're currently week 9. We're looking at teams today, building teams that thrive. Next week we'll move on to some exciting other sessions, and then it takes us into November basically. We've got 4 more sessions after this week where we're going to explore all sorts of other things. Next week's actually is really cool. We're going to be looking at apps and tools that you're using that are really effective. Now these sessions are interactive, so we do encourage you to join the live Zoom room. If you join on the masterclass page, you'll get an email link to the sessions every single week. Apologies that the emails didn't go out this week, so apologies if you're waiting for your reminder. I forgot to turn them on this week, so that's why. So going back to our session today then, so our focus is all on team building, teamwork, team dynamics, building that collaborative structure in your business. So I'd like to begin with a really powerful quote. This quote is from an author that I really respect, so John C. Maxwell. He's a big name in the leadership scene, and I believe he was also a church pastor. I think I read him in one of his books possibly. So really resonate with his thinking here. So he says, teamwork makes the dream work. You've probably heard that quote. But then he says, but a vision becomes a nightmare when the leader has a big dream and a bad team. So if you've got a really big dream, but a bad team, that is a kind of a living nightmare. So in today's session, we're actually going to explore the key components of building this high-performing team within your consultancy or your clients' businesses. We're going to look at how to create teams that don't just work together, but really truly thrive together. And as with all sessions, I love to open with a bit of scripture. So here's a moment to reflect and ground ourselves with a timeless reminder. Today's reminder is from Ecclesiastes, a book in the Bible, chapter 4, verse 9. And it says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their toil. And that verse just really reminds us that collaboration not only makes the work more rewarding, but it also makes work so much more effective. And today we're just going to start to explore how to cultivate that reward through intentional team building. I really love that quote. It's great. It's just inspirational for thinking about partnerships, strategic partners and co-founders, and who you could partner with, who could complement your skill set to build something even more incredible. Because on your own, it is difficult, and I know that. Okay, so what we're going to cover off today, we're going to cover quite a lot. Some core pillars of building high performance teams. Firstly, we'll look at team composition. So who should be on your team? How the right mix of skills, strengths, and personalities can really create a solid foundation for success. We're going to look at understanding who you need and what they bring to the table and why that's essential for any team's effectiveness. Next, we're going to explore effective communication practices. And this is very much about communication being the glue that holds any team together. We'll not only explore how to communicate, but we'll also look at how to create an environment where every team member feels really safe and valued and can express their ideas, give feedback, and participate openly. Thirdly, we're going to talk about building a culture of collaboration, and true collaboration goes beyond working together. It's all about creating a team that genuinely supports each other, respects diverse perspectives, and also has a shared goal. And we're going to look at ways to foster a collaborative spirit within your team. And then finally, the fourth pillar, we're going to dive into strategies for resolving conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any group, but if you handle it well, it can actually strengthen the team bonds. So we're going to go through some methods to address conflict constructively, helping you to turn potential disruptions into opportunities for growth. So team composition. So when building a team, composition is everything. You're not just filling roles, but you're actually assembling a group of people who are going to work together towards this common goal. And you as the business leader, you're kind of laying down that vision. So we need to start by identifying the essential roles and skills that are required to meet your objectives as a business. So think about what competencies are non-negotiable, for success, and ensure that those roles are really filled by the right people. But technical skills aren't everything. A successful team balances all types of personalities and types and strengths. So you want a mix of the thinkers and a mix of the doers, have some leaders and some collaborators. And that balance of these personalities will really help create a team that's very dynamic and everyone's strength can really shine. Too much of one type, and what you may find is that you have a team that kind of lacks that bigger picture vision, or maybe they just lack the drive to really execute. Also, don't undermine and underestimate the value of the diversity of thought. Diverse perspectives can really lead to more innovation and a well-rounded solution, and also a better decision-making process within the organization. Encourage your team to really bring their unique experiences and also their own viewpoints to the table. And that's where creativity will really lie, and it truly thrives in that space. So communication essentials. Communication is the bedrock of any thriving team. And it's not just about exchanging information. It's about creating this space where people feel heard, they feel valued and really understood as a team. So start by fostering an open dialogue within your team. Encourage everyone to really share ideas and opinions freely without that kind of fear of judgment. And this kind of openness really will help you to start to build trust, and also empowers team members to really contribute much more fully. Next, we need to start thinking about establishing some clear communication channels and expectations, whatever that is, whether it's Slack, WhatsApp, or email. Every team needs a reliable way to share updates with each other, to ask questions and coordinate tasks. Whether that's through a daily stand-up meeting or a weekly check-in, or it could be, you're using project management tools. I'm a big fan of Trello, ClickUp. I've also used Asana in the past as well. So they're some of my favorite tools. But make sure everyone knows where and how to communicate. And that's quite important. And lastly, we need to prioritize feedback and active listening. And that feedback should really be constructive and frequent. And that helps team members to really improve without feeling like they're being criticized. And as leaders, it's crucial to model real active listening. So making sure that each team member feels genuinely heard. And that goes a real long way in creating this inclusive and supportive environment. So building a collaborative culture means going kind of just beyond that working together, but it's actually about building an environment where everyone feels really invested in the success of the team. And we can start by fostering shared goals and that shared vision. And that needs to be kind of widespread across the business. Everybody needs to know it. It's like that classic vision mission statement, pop it on a t-shirt so everybody can remember it. When everyone understands what that larger purpose is, it really becomes easier for the individuals to then put their preferences aside for the good of the group. Don't forget, we need to celebrate the wins and celebrate those team achievements. Recognizing accomplishments, both big and small, really starts to reinforce the idea that every member's contributions really matter. And this doesn't have to be very elaborate. I mean, a simple acknowledgement can go a long way, to help motivate the team. Also support individual growth within the team. So when people feel that their personal development is valued, they're much more likely to invest into the team. So we need to be encouraging each member with their learning, with their growing, and really look for ways to continue to help them to improve and connect with those personal goals within that team's mission. And a little bit here about conflict resolution. Conflict resolution, I probably learned a lot about conflict resolution from my 11 years serving as a police officer. A lot of situations where you've got one side of the story, another side of the story, and then you actually have the truth. And dealing with conflict, is inevitable, and even within team context, it does happen. So how we handle that conflict actually makes all the difference. And the first key to conflict resolution is to address the issues directly and respectfully. So we need to avoid only allowing avoiding the conflict. If we were to avoid conflict, it just allows it to fester, and we don't want it to fester. So we need to encourage team members to bring these issues forward, focusing on maybe behaviors rather than personalities, and being very factual. I always, if there's a conflict situation, I always just think, right, what are the true facts here, and let's get that down. So another important principle is to seek to understand before being understood. And when you start to encourage team members to actively listen and empathize with each other's perspectives, that can really diffuse the tension and lead to much more effective solutions. And I think there's a program that in the police that we used to do, and it was called restorative justice. It's a horrible word to say, but basically you get the offenders and you get the victims together in a room around the table just to talk about what's happened. And it's quite remarkable how effective that can be. Finally, we need to learn to kind of turn any potential conflicts into learning opportunities. So conflict, when it's managed really well, can actually reveal some underlying issues, and ultimately it can strengthen those team bonds. So when you start to embrace this opportunity for growth, it's really good for both the business and the team as a whole, and also really good for each individual member. So huge amounts of growing. So as we come towards an end of the session, we just got a bit of a reflection and Q&A. To wrap up, I'd really like to encourage you to reflect on your own teams and your clients' teams. Consider the strengths that your team has already got, and think about areas in which you might apply some of today's strategies to foster an even more effective team culture. Ask yourself, which strategy can I apply immediately? What can I do today to improve? And then it's like that journey of improvement. It's lots of small steps. So if you can just think about a few little steps each time and implement them, that's going to make a big change in the long term. So whether it's improving your communication, maybe it's fostering that collaboration, or maybe handling conflict in a different way, but a bit more constructively. think about that very first step that you can take towards building a stronger team. Feel free to share any comments or thoughts in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn, I'd encourage you to pop some questions in there. Don't forget, I mentioned the school community, so that's a great way to follow up and engage on the back of this session. So you can head over to our website, leadeth.io/school, or you can scan the QR code if you've got if you're watching this on a big screen and you've got your phone handy. Hold it up to that QR code and that will take you directly to our school community. In addition to this, I would really love to offer you a free one-on-one discovery consultation. We're not going to talk about team dynamics on that call. It's all about LinkedIn lead generation on those calls. And during those calls, we'll actually discuss your current lead generation efforts, identify any pain points that you're currently facing, and also create a personalized plan that's going to really help you to achieve your full potential using LinkedIn and our superb outreach software. So it's a very much a no pressure call, focus on solely helping you to optimize your strategy with LinkedIn, and I'd love to help you overcome any obstacles that you might be facing. So to book in that call, just head over to the Leadeth website, and you can go to or you can go to leadeth.io. Actually, I took the link off because we've actually got a free trial there at the moment. But if you want a discovery call, it's /discovery. That will take you to my calendar. I'll also share a link to the discovery call in the chat. I've currently got a few slots coming up in November, so we're fully booked for October, but going forward in November, I've got an open diary, so feel free to jump on any of those discovery calls, and I'd love just to meet with you and see how I can add value to what you're doing. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today on the Lead Generation Masterclass. It's been a pleasure to share these thoughts with you. And next week, we're going to move on to navigating the online digital landscape, which is very much a focus on online tools, trends, software. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest digital tools and trends, and bring some tools that you want to show to the table, tools that are really helping you at the moment. So essential digital tools, emerging online trends, and integrating these new digital tools. I'd love to show you some of my favorites and my highlights, show you what I'm doing with them as well. So I'm really excited for that interactive session. So to join in the interactive session, it's leadeth.io/masterclass. And I'd love to see you there. So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.